Good morning. It is a little bit after 8 o'clock. Just came down here to see if the canoes made it in the night and found something interesting. They're all still here, but ours, we're gonna have to do a lot of bailing. I don't know what happened. It must have got pushed up underneath the pier or something. I don't think there's a hole in the canoe, but yeah, with that tide coming up and down, it must have got pushed up underneath the steps or something and got super wet. Now that'll be no problem. So it looks like a really nice day today. As I said, this is a tidal part of the river now, so we can't go anywhere until noon. That's the way the tide is today. And I'm thinking we might be better off to try to put our canoes back down that way where we first landed there yesterday once we got across the river, and load up our canoes there rather than trying to do it here at the end of this dock. All right, yeah, so we'll see how that goes. We got it's about 4 hours before we got to leave, so we'll have to make a plan and figure out what we're going to do from there.
We let a lot of water in 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's right. So I wanted to wait for a while before I woke Richie up because I know he likes his morning sleep. And I'm glad I finally got him up a little after 9. We came down and looked at that boat because the tide has risen already, and the canoe, I wish I'd got a photo of it, but the canoe was underneath the steps of that jetty and was already submerged. So we are just able to push it out from underneath that and bail it out. And then we've moved it a little bit further upstream to the little bank, which will be easier to load our barrels on later. But I think had we waited another half an hour, we might have had a really hard time getting out from underneath those steps. So, say good morning to everybody, Richie.
Good morning, everybody, Richie.
So that's his wake-up call. Richie, we got to sort out the boat. So not too long ago, all those steps were above water. There was a tree here that we walked around. Man, that's a big tidal change. Okay, it's 12:15 and we're out on the water. We should be going out now with the tide, so hopefully the tide does all the work for us, right? That's what we're hoping for?
That is the hope.
Oh, by the way, Richie lost his hat yesterday. And that last little windstorm we went through, it was sad. This has been we have paid this river quite a toll. I just want to get off this river. You?
I'm ready to leave.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. How long we've been going? Just under an hour, and it's come down about a foot. Oh, that is so cool. Hello, fellas. Never, ever again.
No, never again.
Never again.
Oh.
Oh, never again.
Never, ever.
All right, we made it to the top 10. 1370 kilometer mark. Never again.
No.
I cannot convey with enough words how good we feel at being done. The last 30 minutes, the waves were coming in, the wind was coming in, river kept getting wider. Man, does it feel good to be done. So now we're just unpacking the barrels, repacking the backpacks, and then we're walking up there to the reception area. How do we feel about the Whanganui River?
0 out of 10. Would not recommend. Just walk. Just walk.
Good evening. What a day. You've heard from our comments. We were not too impressed with our 4 or 5 days on the Whanganui River. Today was easy as far as there's no rapids that we had to go through. The river just got wider and wider and wider. In about the last half hour, you could just tell it was turning more into the sea rather than the river. And the waves started coming. It was kind of reminiscent of what happened to us at the end of yesterday. Although it never got as high, the waves never got as high as what we had yesterday. It was still a little on the edge. Yeah, we are all pretty happy to be done with that. So we got here to the holiday park. Richie and I went ahead and splurged for a room tonight just to sleep in a warm, dry bed. And tomorrow we have a short day. I think we're going to try to hit McDonald's for breakfast. Then up to a trail angel, or a special trail angel that we've been conversing quite a bit on these YouTube videos. And so looking forward to meeting him in person. Yeah, what a day. What a 5-day journey that was. I don't know that this was the kind of fun that I will look back and ever say, oh, that was really fun. That was just kind of scary for me. I don't know if I mentioned before, but I've nearly drowned twice in my life before, so I don't have a fond feeling towards water. And there were a lot of times on this river journey that I felt pretty uncomfortable. But we made it through, and now we're back on 2 feet, which I'm certainly glad for that. All right, I think that's pretty much it. We've done laundry, gonna make dinner, and just call it a day, and get rested up for what comes in this next section.